Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Stream starting soon. It's almost time to stream. Go soon. Very soon. Any second now we'll be streaming. It's almost like it's stream time. Hello, everyone. How are we doing in this post-baby Sean world? I don't know if you were around last night, but at about 10 o'clock last night, Austin time, Emily finally rescued her baby. Or found him. I guess he didn't rescue him. She found her baby and then found out the big secret. And it wasn't spoiled for her by you guys. I really appreciate that. You just did a 180 on the starting screen? Yeah. Yeah. Of course, Stoner. Starting screens are awesome if you know how to use them. Andrew just doesn't have vision. Well, he doesn't have that vision. Geoff Ramsey's not store. Oh, that's Nightbot. I was about to say thanks, but it's just the robot saying it. Thanks, Nightbot. Oh, much love to you, Seats11. How'd the coin drop do? Good. It was fun. We had a great stream. We sold. We didn't sell all of them or anything, but I don't think any of us expected that. But we're about halfway through the order now, which is a little bit over halfway through, which is cool. That just means there'll be coins in the store for the foreseeable future. Patches are still in stock. Yeah, I think we ordered right on the patches. We have enough stock to hold that too. I think we probably still have some of those Give Dumb a Try shirts as well. Human Guy, Peel Man, Splurgeon got 2. Why, thank you for that. When do you order the next 90,000? I don't know that we will. I don't know that we will order anymore. I mean, we certainly don't need to right now. We've got a ton in stock. But after these go out of stock, I mean, I think after the second round of coins goes out of stock, I think you guys might have gotten... Everybody who wanted a coin might have gotten one. And then some. So maybe we don't go after that. Thank you for the sub, Cell E579. Thank you for gifting that sub, Geeky Floorboards. I'm sure Zoidberg appreciates it as well. I just hope it's still there for when I get paid next week, because I'm buying the whole store except Ratty Boy shirts. Thank you, Fear, for the sub. I think it will be. I think it's going to be there. I think, yeah, I have a good feeling that we're not going to move 2,500 in the next week. So I think we'll probably be there. Hey, what's up? Not. Oh. You really don't need to worry about a third run, Mark. No, I don't think so. If we make another coin in the future, and I kind of feel like maybe we will because they're fun, it'll be something different. It'll be the pigeon and the falcon coin, or it'll be honestly, who knows? You know? Who knows?
Turn sharp left.
Who knows? Should we jump off this? Oh wait, you guys can't see what I'm looking at here. Hold on. Should we jump off this ledge? Seems cool.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, throw out a suggestion, Ricky. I'll listen to it. Oh, I've pulled suggestions from the audience before for drafts on occasion when they're super good.
Recalculating route.
400
yards.
Maybe I wasn't going fast enough.
Bad luck.
Failed.
We're looking for spectacular flights
Well.
and safe landings. Not the other way around.
I just rolled down a mountain, and he's like, nah, bad luck. All right, that's okay, though, because this is kind of where we want to be. Let's hide this car. Hey, by the way, before we get too far into it, I gotta know. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Which one of you recommended Forza for camming? Because you were a fucking genius. Like, all the credit in the world to... It was on this stream. One of you... Look at that. Just turned around. I like the contrast. I got to capture over here, but we're going to run this for 15 minutes. Whatever you said sounded nightmare, Marnette. I just loaded the game. Any chance for more gears? Yeah, I think so. I think Andrew and Gavin and I want to do it. It's just a matter of finding time together to do it. We got to get through stuff like Season 2 of Fuck Face Off before we take on any, and the Mario March before we take on any long-term hard playthroughs again, I think, though. It was somebody last week, Sad Cat, like on Friday, maybe Wednesday. Last Wednesday, somebody recommended it, and so I downloaded it. You threw it out there last week, but no traction. Get it? It might have been you, Honer. I don't know. Somebody mentioned the drone cam, and I was like, fuck. It was, yeah, some old Porsche. I don't know. It was, I don't know. I picked it at random. Any dirty sodas? Nah, just fucking clean coffee. Clean coffee in my... It sucks being a lefty when you're trying to show off your new mug. My favorite thing about the new mugs is Emily was like, you can't just... I was just going to make this. And then Emily was like, you got to do something extra with it. What if you put your little skull guy on it? And so I did in the back bottom there. And I'm so happy I did. I put that on both of the mugs. I got a free day because of snow today, so I'm having a good Monday. Hell yeah, Raptor Bar. I'm excited for Horizon 6. Japan is going to be fun. I'm excited, too, if it has this drone camera in it. I also got to say, I did that thing. Love the descriptions on the merch. Thanks. I'm still not done with them. I'm going to continue to tweak them as I go. Big week for Pistons going to all 3 games this week. Hell yeah, Sam. Yeah, tonight's a big game. It's to be a fun game. Thank you for the subs, Frumpy. Man, you guys are chatting so fast I can't keep up. I apologize. I lost my father on Tuesday. I want to tell you how much your videos, both past and present, have helped me stay somewhat sane this week. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jerry. I have no idea what your life situation is like, how old you are, where you are in life, but I lost my dad at 30. I lost my dad at like 36. And, yeah, it's an inconceivable loss that you are experiencing, and there's no words that anyone can say to make it better or to dull that pain in any way. Just know that every day does get a little easier, and there will be days in the future where you remember your father fondly, and you remember good things about your dad before you remember the loss of your dad. But it takes a while to get there. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry for your loss. Good morning, Twitcher. I finally had a Philly cheesesteak, and I decided to watch people in the parking lot. Don't become a stalker. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Yeah, I agree, Spence. Support for Jerry. That is a good question. Where did you go? People don't realize the intricacies of streaming when you have to navigate conversations about death and loss or addiction or pain, and then also cheesesteak recommendations at the same time, and and try to do it in a respectful manner. A London fog is half coffee, half tea, right? Thank you for the sub, Gwen. You bought your first box of Allen and Ginter. What did you open it up yet? Did you get a blaster or a hobby or what? What are we talking about? And what are our hits? I'm in class, so I can't say much longer. Are you streaming for so I can come back? I'll be here for 2 hours, maybe 3, for sure. I don't have anything. I don't have. I canceled one of my podcasts, so I have a lot more free time. I imagine it's a very fine line between expressing your lived experience while not unintentionally triggering someone, and also just like, yeah, and not being disrespectful, you know. And you're in a like cracking jokes, but then also talking about something serious and just trying not to, you know, be unintentionally disrespectful to people, which is not something I ever considered when I was younger, but has become very important to me as I've gotten older. Weird. I guess that's the maturation process. Have you ever had a garbage plate? Either way, would it be something... I don't know what that is. Earl Grey tea with cream and lavender or vanilla, usually. Have you ever had a garbage plate? Either way would be something the crew would get Gavin to actually eat. Ugh. A London Fog is comforting tea latte made with Earl Grey steamed milk. Yeah, there you go. My wife gets it sometimes. Sunday driving? Oh, thanks, Tanner. You know, Sunday driving was a... I always felt like a bit of an old soul growing up. Yeah. My favorite comedians were Joan Rivers and Don Rickles and... Oh, God. Rodney Dangerfield, obviously. And I was really into TV from the 40s and 50s and 60s. And... one of the idea of the Sunday drive is, as an entity, is something that has fallen out of favor in the U.S. as cars and travel has become more commonplace. But in the 30s, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, even into the 50s, families would get together on Sundays and go for a Sunday drive to see the country because a car was a bit of a novelty, and being able to do that was still fairly cool and recent in our a recent addition to our history, even if we'd been doing it for 10, 15 years at that point. And so I always loved that idea of a Sunday drive, and I always loved it when I'd see it in movies or television. And so I started doing it with my family when I had Millie on Sunday mornings, and would just drive out in the country for till noon or whatever. And so it was fun to bring that bit into... I always liked the idea of taking stuff you wouldn't do in a video game, or something that you would do in real life but not conceive of in a video game, and then doing it in the video game and seeing the effects of it, seeing how it works out. And I thought Sunday Driving was a really fun one to try. I really enjoyed doing that. Thank you. Thanks for the sub, Blue Vixen. You found one place in Ireland that sells Topps cards. They aren't soccer, and it's my favorite place. Really wanted an F1 excellent. I got into F1 for a little bit, about 3 years ago, but then, not the sport. I'm still into the sport, but cards. But they're just hard to track down around here. I eventually fell off. Played it like I had to pick each other up. Yeah, that was fun. I love making your own video game, making your own games inside the games. God, it's the best. They give you these crazy sandboxes to play in, and then everybody just shoots each other. But there's so much else you could do, you know. You know what? I don't have any notes anymore. Here we go. Let's do Sunday driving. Tell you what. I need to do this photo idea, and I came up with an idea for a GTA Let's Play that I pitched to the guys that they really liked, and so we're gonna do it. And after we do that, let's do a Sunday driving. I'm sure I can convince them to do a GTA Sunday driving. There's no reason why we couldn't do it. Shit, I just had another idea. God damn it. Hold on, I'll write this down on this tiny note. I can't say this one out loud. Okay. I just had a really good idea. Oh, fuck, man. I wish I hadn't had that idea. It complicates things, but makes for good content. Okay. Secretly sitting on a one-on-one HFA healing. I never... Gwen, what did you get? Oh, here we go. Me and my friends used to use GTA 5 as basically a chat room. I think we drove around or sat in our apartments more than we ever did heists. Yeah, that's awesome. Most of my F1 cards I got just by emailing the teams. Oh, that's a pretty cool idea. I didn't hear if you mentioned what hits you got out of Alan against her, Gwen. Blackbeard algae is the bane of my existence right now, Mark said. Is that for your aquarium or for aquariums? I don't know. It's not a coffee. Shit. Look at the subtle advertisement I've got going on there. Now let's do it here. There you go. Way back there, tiny. That's a mug you can buy. Boop, boop. Are you guys... At what age are you... Do you... thank you for the sub, Isaac. I got a question for you guys. At what age do you not become aware of Kids in the Hall? Like, I assume... Like, I was just doing a Crushing Your Head reference from an old Kids in the Hall bit, and then I was thinking, I wonder if these people know who Kids in the Hall is, and I'm sure most people do, but then I don't know that my daughter does. I don't think she's ever heard of them. And they have fallen out of cultural relevancy for new generations. 45 and aware, 25, I definitely don't. What's Kids in the Hall? No clue, and I'm 35. I've only ever heard of Kids in the Hall. I haven't ever watched it. I'm 35. 30s and no clue. I don't think I know what Kids in the Hall is. Don't know what that is. Okay. Well, there you go. So it's in the 30s, I guess, millennials. Kids in the Hall was, I guess still is, a Canadian sketch comedy show with Dave Foley and just a ton of people. Five really funny guys. All you would recognize from stuff. And it was on HBO in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And then it got simulcast in the U.S. on Comedy Central. They had like 9 seasons or something. And it was on Comedy Central for many, many, many years where they didn't get fucking dime for it, by the way. They got completely screwed over. I watched a podcast about it. Real sad. Thank you, Jerry Can. But it was as big as SNL. It was like an edgier kind of Canadian SNL sketch comedy show, and they've had movies and stuff. They had a movie called Brain Candy. I Crush Your Head was my favorite bit from Kids in the Hall. Yeah, you should check it out if you ever get a chance. There are version of Monty Python. You know what, Wungus Bill? I think they're closer to Monty Python than they are to SNL, actually. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Good morning, Geoff. Re-downloaded Twitch to start watching your streams and regulation streams. Awesome to be able to catch my first stream. Hell yeah, we're happy to have you. We were just finding out that nobody knows who Kids in the Hall is anymore. My wife and I are about to start watching the new Game of Thrones show. I'm super pumped. Heard good things. I haven't watched anything since the last episode of the original games. I didn't watch the spinoff. Was it Night of the Seven Kingdoms? And I haven't watched I'm not going to watch the new. I think I'll read the books when they come out, and then I'll consider additional Game of Thrones stuff. I've seen skits from Mad TV and noticed some familiar faces from that show. Yeah, Mad TV was like the lamer version of SNL, I think. There were some famous people that came out of it, though. For sure. Artie Lang came out of it, actually. But these streams are making you my Howard Stern. Well, anyway, this isn't a Kids in the Hall stream or anything. It just popped into my head that I was making a reference that people probably wouldn't get, and they didn't. They don't. If you ever get a chance, though, watch a skit, see what you think. I'm Crushing Your Head is good. Bird Lady's good. The Flying Pig is good. Stuart, the little kid, is good. My pen. God damn. Reminds me, Matt said he misses you and wants to play sometime. I can drop the clip in the mod chat. Oh, that'd be nice, Braxton, man. Thanks for doing that. I'd appreciate it. I miss Matt. I think Jeremy dropped by the stream last night, threw a couple subs, and then fucked off before I got a chance to talk to him. Haven't caught you live in forever. Hope all is well. I just set up a wheel shifter pedal combo, so this popped into my algorithm. Hell yeah. Nice. And here we are not playing the racing game, just using it for backgrounds. The opposite of what you're doing with it. Metal Draft. It's the... Oh, was this the... I forgot somebody asked if they could recommend a draft. Is that you, Ricky? Draft suggestions. Song meal draft. It's the meal draft again, but with the song titles that are foods. Make a meal out of song titles draft. Make a meal out of songs. That's a great idea. Thank you. I do like that idea, Rick. I'm not going to remember to credit you specifically. I apologize. But I will credit the community at large. I do like that. We'll see what the other guys think. Okay. I'm a little scared to let it go too long because it does pop up an idle animation. We're going to kick you. Prompt, but I kind of really digging how serene it is. Game of Super Battle. Everybody has been recommending Super Battle Golf, and I think we're going to play it. We just need to get everybody back. I think Nick is out right now. It would be cool to see a Regulation 6-man, basically a rotating cast of related guests to help fill out the roster for 3v3. I think, Cheeseburgers in Paradise. We did do a collaboration with Ray a couple months ago where we played some Rainbow Six Vegas, and that was a lot of fun. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, you might enjoy it. A lot of old Achievement Hunter vibes. I think you can go into a single-player mode, and it shouldn't then bring up that prompt. Is that true? Is there a single-player mode to this game? Offline mode. Huh. I'm going to stop recording here in about 30 seconds, and then... Went to the record store the other day and found the craziest band name ever. It was Drive By Bukkake, and their songs was Joe Pesci's Cum Dumpster. How was the music any good? I mean, never say never, you know. It's entirely possible we could have a guest again in a gameplay video. I wouldn't imagine they'd be in anything other than gameplay, but maybe a gameplay someday. All right, I'm going to stop recording. 18 minutes is fine. And let's see what this offline mode is all about. How do I get to that? It does this thing where... Okay. Online Horizon Solo.
This is Horizon Solo. You'll be up against drivatars rather than real
Hell
drivers
yeah.
from around the festival. If that's what you
That's great. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome today. First off with this recommendation to begin with, and then that. What is this about? I filmed the shit out of the beach yesterday, so I don't need any more of that. But this little bridge might be cool. I'm trying to get different landscapes than see, that's what you like. And then you got the light of the car right here too. As a matter of fact, we could use that car. As a matter of fact, we could use that car. Tell a little story about how this guy's parked off the side of the road watching the fireworks. And there's a train? Oh, give me a break. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Lock in. Fucking hell, dude. Thank you to every one of you, since we'll never know which one of you is the one that recommended it last week. Thank you to every one of you who ever recommended this game. It has given me new life for backgrounds. Yeah, luckily there's no... hearing the drone buzzing, it's like being at the Olympics. Luckily there's no sound, you know, in the video, so the buzzing won't matter. I think I'm on a Warp Tour, and one of my favorite bands, Coheed and Cambria, just got announced, and I'm so excited. Congratulations. That's exciting. That's great. It's always awesome to see one of your favorite bands when you don't expect to be able to. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Couple questions. Is it first person? Does it have a HUD? Can you turn the HUD off? Does it have an idle animation if you stand still for 30 seconds? Does it kick you? Those things ruin 99% of the games that people recommend here. Oh, you're going to go to a con... I have not... I might go... You're going to go see MCR in Detroit in August. I might see Bill Callahan in Detroit in May. Haven't decided yet. See if it'll depend on if I have the time or not. But he's playing in Detroit, and he's not playing in Austin this tour for some reason, even though he lives in Austin. Never plays here. Create Your Own Pyramid Scheme reminds me of a board game we played in Achievement Hunter a couple times. It's at Comerica, so there's unfortunately no chance to see the tigers. Hunter, Call of the Wild would be fantastic for background shots. First person and fully disableable HUD with great nature shots across 15 different maps. Wungus, Bill, I have filmed Hunter, Call of the Wild on this very stream many times. I agree with you completely. Hunter, Call of the Wild is only bested by its superior game mate, Angler, Call of the Wild, which is a fishing game, which is even better. But yeah, Hunter, Call of the Wild is fine. The nice thing about the Angler is you get the Jeep immediately, and so you can drive around faster than you can in Hunter. I'd say there's probably a good 10 podcasts that have Hunter backgrounds, though. Far Cry would be another good background game. Far Cry is probably the game that I've filmed the most in. And before anyone says No Man's Sky, I agree. I film in that a lot, too. Any thoughts on doing any more retro backgrounds? Nope. No, not really. I'll do backgrounds in any game that looks interesting in a non-distracting way that is filmable. Fireworks with the train. It was such a happy accident. Need to look at Star Wars Outlaws to see if the photo mark would be feasible for you. Yeah. Yeah, please do. Finally going to get to see Ty Segall in April. I've been waiting so long to see him live. Congratulations. Is this DG Geoff? I believe so. How you doing, Cyturn? Raising chickens in the background. We did do, I think, 2. Let's go find that waterfall after this, Frumpy. I think we did 2 Minecraft videos as backgrounds. What's a band I never got to see that I wish I did? Luckily, just about every punk band I ever loved did a reunion tour at some point. I never got to see the Clash play. That would have been amazing. I would like to have seen Cocksparer play. I never got to see them. Moss Icon, I think, would have been a really cool band to see play live. Pretty niche, though. You know, it might be... it might actually be a more commercial band. I'm never going to be able to retire, Mark. Yeah, I'm going to be like Howard Stern in this fact that I'll never be able to leave this microphone. Once I put the microphone in front of me, it was over for me. Thank you for the sub, Salty Stick. It honestly might be... This is kind of a... kind of an obvious choice, I guess, but it might be the Beastie Boys, if only because I had tickets to see them play on 2 separate occasions and got deployed both times, and so I couldn't go. And then, you know, Adam Yauch died, and so now I'll never be able to see them play. Refused, I've seen play 3 times, and each time better than the last. I feel very lucky there. I never got to see Morphine, but I did see the Morphine Remembrance Tour that they did like right after he died, like a year after he died. Friends of Morphine, I think they called it, where everybody came up and sang and they told stories about him and stuff, and that was pretty powerful. So I think that was probably as good as seeing Morphine, honestly. Because it felt like Mark Sandman was there, even though he, you know, obviously wasn't. Wish I could see Death Grips. I like some of their songs. Should I go see the Circle Jerks? Have you ever seen the Circle Jerks? Have you ever seen Keith Morris live in anything? Have you seen Off or Circle Jerks or Black Flag? Because if you've never seen Keith Morris perform live, I think you probably want to go. If just to be able to do it, because that dude is not getting any younger. And he's, yeah. See him while you can. He's an absolute legend in the world of music that I like and has never stopped. He's also a lunatic. You should 100% go see the Struggle Jerks because Gorilla Biscuit's negative approach being on it makes it a proper... I had no idea this was a Circle Jerks Gorilla Biscuit's negative approach show. I would go to see any of those bands, but the... fuck. And as much as I love... Wild in the Streets and Group Sex. Those are albums, by the way. I would die to see Gorilla Biscuits live. That would be so fucking cool. I've never seen them live. Ugh. That'd be great. Also, Greg Hetson is the guitarist in Circle Jerks, right? Guitarist from Black Flag. Or Bad Religion. So, you get to see him, too. One of my favorite bands live is Clutch, but I don't think most people know them. I know the name. We are at 9 minutes on this, so we'll do another Like, we don't have to go anywhere. We'll go until we get some sort of a notification. Maybe not that long, but we'll go at least 20 minutes on this one. How's everyone been the last week or so? I had to explain to my 6-year-old that grandma has cancer, so that was the thing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stormy. I've been fine. I'm busy. We launched the store over the weekend, the new Geoff Ramsey store. Streamed. Finally found Sean last night. Concluded Fallout. By the way, Fallout 4 is over for my wife now. Even though there's most of the game, at least half the game ahead of us, you know? It is literally, I talked to her about it later. She's like, no, I'm good. I don't care about any of that other stuff. I just wanted to. And I was like, well, what about the Brotherhood? And you know, do you want to, like, check out those storylines? And she was like, no, I see that on TV. That's in the TV show. I'm happy to get it there. I just wanted to know what happened to the kid. So we're moving on to the next game. Maybe we'll go back to Peggle. What was her reaction to finding Sean? It was exactly what you'd think. Jaw drop. She was not expecting it. Yeah, I know my wife pretty well, Longus. You can tell with her. No spoilers the whole time. That's true. Which is hard for me. Emily Halo stream? I don't think so. But maybe. Did she have interest in GTA? Yeah, but she wants to play multiplayer GTA with me, and she thinks we can play it on the same screen, and we can't. And when she realizes that we'd have to be in 2 different rooms, it's going to kill that for her. And she doesn't want to play the single player. She has no interest in playing the single player. She just wants to run around and get in and out of cars and stuff. Maybe I can get her to fuck around with it. We'll see. Nah, she's not gonna. She's done with. Fallout is returning to television to her. It was briefly a video game, and now it's back to being a TV show for her. I don't think you'll see her venturing into the game anymore. She thought it was ugly and stressful. So. '10th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Regulation Spectator. Please tell your lovely spouse that we say congratulations as well. Gonna go to Copenhagen. Hell yeah. Jeff and Emily, Minecraft. She thinks Minecraft's ugly. She got no interest in it. Believe me, I would love for her to get into Minecraft. As much as she loved Animal Crossing, I thought that'd be great. It is not cute to her. It's got to be cute. It's got to be cute. She's got standards, and those standards are cute, and Minecraft is blocks, and blocks aren't cute. Definitely not Saints Row. Maybe Split Fiction. We'll try that. Will I be doing Popsicle air fresheners again at some point? I don't think so. Everything I'm doing right now is through a company that does all the printing for me on demand. And so I'm kind of limited into what products I can make, you know? Pretty traditional stuff. So unless it was something that one of two things would have to happen. Either they would have to offer it. One of three things would have to happen. They would have to offer it. They'd have to offer me the ability to ship a product that I make to them, which may exist, or the store would have to do well enough that it made enough sense for me to take it in-house and do all the shipping and stuff myself, and then carry on inventory. The way I'm doing it this way right now is there's no danger to me other than my time. If you guys don't buy anything, I haven't sunk thousands of dollars into T-shirts that are going to sit in my garage for the rest of my life. But if the store, continues to do well, and that could be a route I go. We'll see. But I'd like to provide everything that you guys want at some point. I just, baby steps. Kirby games and Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is another one I thought maybe I could get her into Stardew Valley. Not cute. Looks like an old video game. She doesn't want stuff that looks like an old video game. She wants stuff that's cute. Have I explained recently where Popsick came from? I don't think so. Still really want to slop a clock. I gave my slop a clock. I only had one, and I gave it to the guy that, well, I guess Eric physically gave it to him because I brought it to the office and Eric took it to him, but I gave my only slop a clock to the guy that runs that bar, Nunya, so that he could hang it at the bar. So I can go visit it sometimes. I'm wearing the Kind Lady tee right now. I really like it. Has she seen It Takes Two? I don't think so. I haven't seen it either. I've never played it. I just know people reference it a lot. So I was thinking about... It's so funny you say that. I was actually thinking about downloading it and seeing if that's one that we could do together, potentially. I was going to wear the Kind Lady hat this morning when I got up, but then I realized I was wearing my shirt from yesterday still because I was taking a shower, and I don't want to have two Kind Ladies on. I don't want to... That'd be a double negative. I'd be like, no Kind Lady. So, but I like the hat, too. Your wife likes Slime Rancher? I don't... Maybe. It is kind of cute. Is it on Xbox? Or is it just Steam? Because I think I played it on Steam. I almost got 1,001 slop o'clocks from Andrew the week I put my house for sale and was having an open... I was literally going to be having an open house the day it would have arrived. I do have a Kind Lady tattoo. I guess that counts. Now I need to wear the hat. It's a negative, the double negative. Very therapeutic. Maybe I'll try that, Zia. Slime Rancher 2 is on Game Pass. We've played a lot of Overcooked. She's over Overcooked. We played that. That was a group game we played with Burn Dog and Vanessa for years at my old house. We would have Overcooked nights. Cult of the Lamb together. Does Italy think Mario games are cute? She does. She does. But I'd have to hook up the Switch to stream it. Which is not impossible. It's not hard even. It's just me being lazy. I would like her to like Xbox. Because it's currently turned on and plugged in and easy to use. I'm going to lurk and listen while getting some things done. All the love to you and the family. Right back at you, Mr. Fedora Mustache. We got about 5 more minutes on this scene, then I think we'll move on. Film something else. Thank you, Beeford. Oh, that was my poorly worded attempt at asking where the idea or inspiration came from. I was going to respond to you, actually, and I got sidetracked with another question. It was an idea I had that I wanted to do. I wanted to do this series called Summer Bummer, where it was just like all the great summer activities, but you were bummed about it. So I had like a broken arm, X-ray shirt, and we had like a watermelon with cigarette butts in it, and we had a hot dog with a razor blade in it. And I said, what about like ice cream cones that are skulls or popsicles that are skulls, that kind of thing. And John Benson went and just fucking sketched out a popsicle and showed it to us and everybody. There was also other ones. There's the one with the 3 ice creams with the skulls on, which I really liked as well, like the Neapolitans. And but they're just something like clicked when we saw it, and I think everybody realized this was a pretty cool image. And then it just kind of took off from there. No Horus Heresy progress over the last week, but there will be... I know I said that last week, but there's nothing on my way this week. I had a bunch of stuff come up last week. I do have like some doctor's appointments I got to do and an appointment with my accountant. But I have like plenty of time to read this weekend, so I will get to reading. I was gonna get up and read on one day last week, and then I realized I had a Regulation Takes episode to prepare for, and that I didn't have any takes prepared, so I had to sit down and spend my reading day working on Regulation Takes. I'll do some of those. I'll re-release some of those geometric designs. I'll probably do another batch of merch here in the next 2 weeks or so. Give people a chance to buy all this stuff. Not that it'll go away, but just so it didn't clutter it up too fast. If I add more shirts, maybe I'll add the extra one back. I'm having fun modifying them slightly, you know, changing colorways and stuff. Will the monster designs come back? Maybe. I'll have to see. I wasn't able to acquire everything. I'll have to see if that's one of the ones I got. I didn't see the spoiler, Practice Man, whatever it was, so no worries. Will the regulation crew ever play Restaurant? I don't know. I never heard of it. Maybe. Is it multiplayer? Getting all this work done on our house so we can sell it. Now it's starting to look like a place I want to live in. Has anyone ever had that issue with every house I've sold? Yeah. Yeah, I most recently the previous house where I started Fuckface, the one we lived in till 2 years ago. That house was so beautiful by the time we sold it, and it had so much work done on it, and it was so different than when I bought it. And the final little bit of work we did to get it over the edge to sell it, which worked, you know, because we sold it for our asking price and everything, which was cool. Right before everything went to shit here. But yeah, I still think about it sometimes. I drove by it over the weekend just to see how it was doing. The city cut some trees down, which make it lamer than it used to be. Fucked up the profile of the house a little bit, but it was a cool house. Oh, Harry Potter wants to know if I'm rich, like having 200 million plus. I'm not. I'm not a 200 millionaire, unfortunately. Not that good at video games, I guess, or comedy. Since Forever Teagle, that was cool. That was a good one. I think Todd Francis might have drawn that. All right, we're at 21 minutes on this. It's going to be a long day, so I think we've got enough out of it. Let's cancel. I wish there was fast travel. Well, you were saying the jungle is cool. I assume by where we talk, where's jungle? Like I said, I want to avoid the beach. Don't need beach. Is like, we talking like over here? Can you go to your house that you own by any chance? Can you fast travel to homes? Is that a thing? No. Oh, there is fast travel. It costs money. There's a cool spot where you're on the map right there if I can send an image. Yeah, somebody mentioned something about a waterfall. I think that would be fun to check. Is that like that temple? Let's just drive to it. Oh, I have $1 million. Never mind. I can fast travel. That's how. Oh, for the person that asked how rich I am, where did you go? Harry Potter, November. I have 992,797 credits, so I'm not technically a millionaire in this game, but I'm very close. Although I am going to spend $8,000 on convenience right here, and it's this kind of decision that's going to keep me from ever being truly rich in this game. Early morning, every morning. Monday through Wednesday.
In 400 yards, turn
Hold on.
left.
Let's fucking hold on a second. Let's go back up this hill. If we can. That's steep.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Stop. Here. Sideways. Weird that it still shows the marker. Not a problem. I kind of like that. You just get like a hint of it in the background. Maybe it's better like that. Fuck. There we go. Yeah. I think that's good. Get that. This is so much variety from what I've been recording. It's usually just beaches in Far Cry, you know, or beaches in this. I'm really enjoying the different environs. This is the exact location of the hidden waterfall under the XP board. Let me see. Okay, cool. We'll, that's right where we are, right? Just down to the right. All right, I'll remember that after in about 20 minutes after this. Wow, that looks really great on my capture window. Everybody for the Emperor. I assume that's a Warhammer thing. Did you guys watch the Olympics yesterday? Any? Well, I guess what I'm asking is, did you watch the hockey game? Pegging and circle jerks. Yeah, it was a really, really awesome game. Emily and I set the alarm and woke up and watched it in bed. It was what a great way to start your day. And then last night, the Celtics beat the shit out of the Lakers. It was on Pat Riley night. It was so awesome. Would have been such a bummer to be a Lakers fan there, but God, did we beat the shit out of them. Hit my head so hard at a water park it jump-started a brain disorder. Wow. Yeah, 46 years. It's only our third gold total. I think we got it in 60, 80, and then 26. Did I see the speed skater that got her face cut up? I did. Well, I didn't see it live or anything. I saw the video online. That was crazy. Olympics are dangerous, man. My brother texted me and told me that he started and finished season 3 of Fuckface in the same day. That's funny. Yeah, Michigan. I think every player on the ice in overtime when we won was from Michigan. All 4 players, I think, were Michigan natives. See the occasional race car going, peeking its head out. Oh, hell yeah, Braxton, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Spreading the good word of regulation. Whew. Why does Wendy's coffee stay rocket hot for so long? I don't know, man, but I'd kill for some hot coffee right now. I blew through mine earlier. Quinn Hughes is there's three Hughes brothers, right? Quinn Hughes is the one that everybody says looks like he saw a ghost and he's haunted. That's a big thing on social media. Quinn Hughes looks like he's everybody else is having a good time, and always cuts to Quinn Hughes looking like he's being haunted by an apparition. With just Quinn, or with Quinn and the ghost? Resting haunt face. I think he's bummed because he doesn't get to play with his brothers. Working while watching buddies unite. Y'all are making me want coffee. I would kill for some more coffee right now, Randy, and I am tied to the seat for the next at least hour. All right, we're 5 minutes into this one. I was kind of hoping we'd get it. Makes for more complicated stitching when you start in the daytime and end at night, or vice versa, without getting sunrise and sunset. But I kind of want to see some sort of Kelvin change, I guess. I appreciate this. The stark shadows are great, and it makes everything really, makes all the trees really pop. But the overexposed sky is. I'm ready for something. I'm ready for change. Rose tea. You know what? Fuck it. I will go make my coffee. Thank you. Told my wife you guys gave me a coffee break. She said to say thank you. It was very nice of you. Anyone play Sea of Thieves on Xbox? Yeah. I film in it sometimes for backgrounds. They reduced the idle kick from 30 minutes down to like 10, I think, which makes it a little harder. But I do from time to time film in it. When I feel like it's been enough time. Why did I stop drinking? Why did I stop talking? Why did I read that as drinking? That's weird. I just went to get coffee. Oh my God. There's nothing better than coffee when coffee's what you want. Feels like everybody's in a good mood today. I'm determined that this will be a really good week. I'm starting it off right. Good mood. Woke up in a good mood. Going to approach the day positively. Going to manifest a good week. Bad mood today. Just got back from the dentist. Oof. I don't have to go to the dentist again until April. Energy drinks are for the body, coffee's for the soul. That should be on a shirt, Mark. Had a dream you got a job this week? Then maybe this is the week, Marnette. Yeah, I agree with you, Wongus, on Monday through Wednesdays. I really enjoy the routine of it. I wish that I could do it on Thursdays and Fridays, but Thursday I just have to focus on podcast. And then Friday I'm at the office pretty early, so. Started with a snow day. Ooh. I miss coffee. As someone who's very sensitive to caffeine, I don't know what that's like, man. I feel like caffeine does nothing to me. Just has no effect on me. Thank you for the sub, Linka. A book of Mark the Frogisms. The Tao according to Frog. Geoff has unmedicated ADHD for the last 50 years. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's all I've ever known. My therapist never wanted to medicate me. I asked him about it a couple times. He said he didn't think I needed it, so. At least from a therapy standpoint, I didn't need it. Of a good week. I hope it's a good week too, Regulation Spectator. I have a doctor's appointment I'm a little nervous about too, but I'm hoping it means it's a good week as well. We'll see. Creamy Cajun pasta. Emily and I had surf and turf last night. She made snow crabs for the first time in her life. She was scared to do it, but they're cheap at Costco. And it was like $20 at Costco for a bunch of snow crabs. And then I made a steak, and then we shared. It was fun. And I made some asparagus. I'm at a point now, I can't believe I'm saying this, because I love grilling meat. But I'm at a point now where I find myself very often thinking grilled vegetables taste better than grilled meat. I don't think it's anything I'm doing wrong. I've popped by your stream before. I'm at work. I hope you have a good week, man. You too. I hope you do too. Kaizi Guitarra. Nice fresh fish that you caught yourself. Colonoscopy live stream. Nah. Grilled asparagus is my favorite. I like it a lot. The problem is I eat it too much. I have like asparagus, and once I started grilling asparagus, I just constantly grilled either asparagus or Brussels sprouts, and then I just feel like I did them. It's all I ever want, but I did them. I feel like I'm doing them to death. But I can't find anything else that I like to grill as much. I grill endives sometimes. That's good, but not every time. Grilled carrots are good, but they're kind of annoying to make. Really doesn't get any better than asparagus or Brussels sprouts. Grilled habaneros. That's interesting. I used to grill a lot of jalapenos, but that's another thing that's kind of a pain in the ass to do too. Did I operate any vehicles when I served, like an Abrams or a Bradley? No, I rode in all of them, but I was a journalist, so I just operated a camera and an M16 and a pin. But because I was a journalist and a photographer, I embedded and deployed with every combat unit known to man. And so from sappers to Navy SEALs, I was along for the ride. Do I ever wrap the asparagus in prosciutto or bacon when grilling? I've wrapped it in bacon before, yeah. That's how I like to cook my jalapenos. Grilled zucchini? I'll be honest with you, Bella. I had some grilled zucchini. Thank you for the sub, Arnie. I made some grilled zucchini in like 2006 or 2007 that was so good that I thought I'm going to make this every time for the rest of my life. And I have never, I was never able to replicate it. And I don't know what I did differently that day to make it taste so good. But every time I had zucchini after that, it was a letdown. And eventually I just stopped grilling it. I gave up. I should get back to it. Still chasing that 2007 zucchini. 170 egg rolls. Wow. Yeah, grilled pineapple is great. Frittata. Yeah, everybody's just listing good-ass food. Prices are nuts on brisket. Yeah, I quit smoking. I got out of the brisket smoking game years ago because it just went out of control. Out of control, price-wise. What's for lunch? That's a great question. Night by day? I don't know. Eric, it'll just depend on what I do between the meeting and going to the office to stream. Might have to go run some errands with Eric. If not, then probably a hamburger. Honestly, I think I got a bike ride in me today. How's it going, Indie Drago? It's going good. How are you doing? Bottle of balsamic. 25-year-old aged bottle that's apparently $250 a bottle. Woo. Trying to power through the hunger until lunchtime. Food talk's not helping. I'm right there with you. What's the burger count at? I think I'm at 53. You chasing that carrot? Yeah. I hear you. I'm at 3 burgers. I started counting at the same time you did. Well, you're only 50 behind. A robotics company. Those are cabin numbers. How's your bike holding up? Oh, good. It's funny you say that, Gary. And I was having a conversation with myself a couple weeks ago about thinking maybe goofy stories are behind me. Stuff just doesn't happen to me that much anymore. And then Detroit happened, almost in response to that. But yeah, not a lot of drama on the bike. It's a workhorse. It's not giving me any problems. I just relubed the chain. It's riding great. I didn't ride it yesterday, but I'm riding it right now. I'd say 5 days a week. And I wrote it Monday through Friday last week. It was awesome. I wrote it Saturday too, so I guess Monday through Saturday. Just didn't write it yesterday. But just nothing. I have a route that I take that I just put my head down and listen to music and zone out or think of ideas or whatever I'm working on. But it's good. There's just been no drama. Nothing particularly funny has happened on my route. I keep tabs on all the construction going around town, but I don't feel like that's worth talking about on the podcast, really. You just signed that bike death wish. Yeah, we'll see today. Huh? I'm going to go for a bike ride in a couple hours, about 4 hours maybe. Need the music to keep you moving. I like podcasting a lot on bikes. It just depends. Like, it's a great way to listen to sports podcasts where you don't really have to pay attention. You kind of zone in and out whenever they're talking about something you're interested in, you know? I listen to podcasts if I need to just... I listen to music if I need to think about stuff. Music is where, like, I don't know how to describe it, but listening to music is how you I don't know, the path to creativity, I guess, on a bike ride. And sometimes you just don't want to be creative. Sports podcast do you recommend? Depends on what you like. What kind of sports are you into? Football, basketball. I don't really, unfortunately, all sports podcasts are football podcasts. Maybe try Bill Simmons, or for basketball, honestly, I've been listening to NBA, the starting lineup. It's a basketball podcast in the morning with, I think, Frank Isola and Brian Scalabrine. And it's on Sirius XM. I don't know if it's on. I'm sure it's on podcast form as well. I like that one a lot. Zach Lowe is good for basketball. He's a little. I found him to be a little annoying, but he knows so much about basketball, and he has really good takes. So it's really informational. So maybe Zach Lowe. Rich I. Oh yeah. You know what? Let me rephrase that. Listen to Rich Eisen and Dan Patrick. That's honestly what I've been listening to mostly. I don't know why I don't ever think to mention them, but yeah, Dan Patrick does like 4 hours a day, and Rich Eisen does about 3 hours a day, and they're both. That's like two sides of the same coin for me there, but I get like the same thing out of both podcasts. So I usually try to listen to like maybe an hour of each. Geoff, given that So All Right is done for the time being, and it is there capacity to continue with song recommendations in your streams? Yeah. We're just having a conversation. You can talk about anything you want to. Wow, it's really getting pretty there. I was about to kill the recording, but it's really popping right now. Good to have the Tigers back on the radio. Hell yeah. Do you have any song that you used to love that you now hate? I don't think so. I can't think of a song that I liked that I no longer like. Think of musicians that I no longer want to support, maybe. But I've definitely had music be overdone for me, but I wouldn't say there's anything that I've ever liked that I now dislike. Just stuff that I don't really need to listen to anymore because I got enough of it. So I guess the answer is no. Have I been keeping up with F1 testing? I have not. I know that this is the year to be keeping up with it too, but I've just been so consumed with hockey and basketball and Olympics. Your story on last week's regulation was timely, as my kitchen ceiling is currently missing due to a plumbing issue. I'm so sorry to hear that. Fuck, that sucks. Do you know that vasectomies increase around March? Yeah. So I think probably when I had mine. Mel Bryant and the Mercy Makers. Okay, thanks for the recommendation. Pitoro de Coco by Bad Bunny. Everyone should hate the song Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. I don't hate that song, but I don't ever need to hear it again. I found that song to be inoffensive, but I actually did see that band live one time. Not because I wanted to, but because I drug my friends to a bunch of punk shows all the time when I was in the Army. And so they made me go to a Spin Doctors Gin Blossom show. That was a rough day for me, for punk rock Geoff, for 19-year-old punk rock Geoff. It was at South Park Meadows in Austin, Texas, which is a shopping mall now, but at the time, and back then, it was an outdoor music venue. Big Audio Dynamite, the Spin Doctors, and the Gin Blossoms. It was jealousy. It was very funny. It was lame. This would have been 1995, maybe 1996, and it was the opposite of everything I was into at the time. Shout out Blue Velvet. But are these your baseball cards behind you, or are those something else you have on the wall? Those are baseball cards. Yeah. Those are vintage. That's my vintage baseball card collection. So it's essentially one of every year of Topps. But it's also, I'm trying to collect. I guess that's not even, I guess it's more than that. It is my attempt at getting one of each of the 100 greatest basketball players of all time. So it starts around 1920 and goes until, I think, probably 2019. I don't think there's anything newer than that in there. Talking Heads cake. Talking Heads are great. My cousin in Mobile was in a band in the mid to late 90s. I don't know what their name was, but they were probably a couple of years late for you. I left Mobile in 93, so it's possible I could have seen them. Do you know what kind of music it was? There you go. Wungus is recommending Opening Night by Alex Turner. You should check out Gorilla Poubelle. They're a French punk band that I found talking about music at a restaurant with a random stranger. Okay. Any teasers for the break show today? Man. Today we're going to open up. Today we're going to open up Topps 2026 Jumbo Hobby. I'm excited about that. That's big. That's a big product for me. I did buy something very special that I'm super excited about, but it doesn't get in until Wednesday, so it'll be in next week's break show. So definitely tune into that one, because I found an item that I think is going to be really interesting to see. Could be very, very cool or very lame, and Eric's going to be mad if it's lame, but if it's cool, it's going to blow everybody away. All right, let's go ahead and stop this recording. Hi. You made me a hash brown? Oh, thank you, sweetie. I love you. I guess I'm eating. Sucks to be you guys. What an angel. I didn't even know we had hash browns. Okay. Let's get back to the car. I think you said it was right around here.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. 200 yards, turn right.
Oops. Can't knock that tree down. Ooh, can I go in here? Oh. Cool. Oh. I bet there was a XP. Might as well grab it while we're here, huh? If we can. Or is it up top? Nope, it's right here. Whoa, 5,000 XP. Thank you for the gifted sub, weekly floorboards. God damn, dude. This thing. There we go. Okay. Sam was right next to the XP. Let me arrive so that we can get rid of this.
You have arrived at your destination.
Stop, dickhead. All right. Okay. Looks like Hamilton Pool in Austin. Okay. Get the dog. All right, let's film this. Am I happy with this? Let me take a second to look at this. Let me look around some more. Is that a better angle? No. Get closer, is that better? No. I think I had it. I think I had it. Okay, let's record this. This should do us... I mean, we're going to do another one or two after this probably, but this should do us for a while. I'll record another 4 or 5 over the weekend too. Hot energy drinks? Oof. Like coffee? How about hot ice cream, like Tyra Banks? How long do you make the recordings? No, they're not an hour. I typically go 15 minutes. 15 minutes is my goal, but if it's good or if I'm trying to catch a stitch better, I'll go 30. There's no point in going the full hour. It's just tough. For what it is, 15 minutes are good. That's 4 loops maybe in an episode 5. You enjoying the pour over? That's cool. Just, oh, that's Nightbot. I almost read Nightbot. That would be awesome if people started jumping off and cliff diving. I imagine that's probably not in the game, but man, that would be as cool of a surprise as when the train and the fireworks went by. You're like, what do I use these recordings for, Mouse Beats? That's a great question. I use them. I don't personally use them, but Nick does. He uses them as the background for the Regulation podcast when we put it on YouTube and on Patreon, so that there's some sort of visual element to the podcast. Previously, it used to just be the logo bouncing around. I thought that was boring. And so I decided to film serene backgrounds in video games to provide some sort of visual cue for the eye, but something that's relaxing and not distracting, so that you don't focus on the background while you're watching while you're listening to the podcast, but it does give you, I don't know, something to see. Thanks, Frumpy. Believe it or not, goes all the way back to RVB. I want to say maybe the season 2 or season 3 DVD, we did a video that was just like a minute and a half of like, it was like, now for something completely different. And it was just like a minute and a half of water and a bubbling brook and a Halo map somewhere. A very similar vibe. And I always thought about that and how much I enjoyed doing that. And how much I really just love highlighting the shit that they do in video games that nobody pays attention to. Nobody's spending more than 15 seconds here getting that XP banner and then going, oh, wow, that's really cool, that's pretty, and then fucking off to the next thing. I've played Lushful Photography Sim. I have it. It doesn't work very well. There is what was the problem with it? I worked with it for a while trying to get it to work, and it was close. It was a problem, I think, with the HUD. Like, you can't... There was something I couldn't do with it that was a deal breaker for me. But it really pissed me off, because I spent like a whole afternoon trying to make that game work. Yeah, there were burn-ins for sure. But there was something else, too. What's your favorite secret in a video game? Like Easter egg? I don't know. I love them all. I used to love making Easter egg videos for Achievement Hunter. I like that more than playing the game, honestly. There were some cool lost Easter eggs in Just Cause 2 that I really liked. Ah. 5 minutes on this guy. We'll give him another, I don't know, 10, see where we are. I hope you guys are enjoying this breakfast mukbang. You say that, Brief Relief, but I don't know that you want to buy 2,500 coins. And I suggested RV there yet to the guys. I even showed them a trailer. And we'll see. It has been... It's a gross word. It's a gross product. The videos are gross. If I had to be locked into a room for 24 hours with one of the Aneg guys, who would I pick? I'd pick Gavin. He's my best friend on earth. I would love to be locked into a room with my best friend for 24 hours. Do I want Tatum to try to come back this year? Yeah. 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 People have been telling Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum they can't play together and that they need to be split up their entire careers, and they won a championship together. I think that they'll be able to handle the reintegration of Jason Tatum. I think he is respectful and conscientious enough to know how he'd be coming back in 2026 and what that'll mean. And I think that they'll handle it beautifully. I have no concerns. People love to come up with reasons why stuff can't work or why it's going to be a bad deal, but these guys have been playing together for almost a decade. Thank you, Zerolius. That's fucking... that was awesome. Don't tell the other people that they're my favorite. I have no compunction about Jason Tatum coming back and being purely additive to the team. Is there one fringe NBA player I'd really want to see win a championship? I wouldn't be mad at seeing Steven Adams get a ring. Marcus Smart, obviously, I think would be the answer. I'm desperate to see him get a ring. It'd be ideal if it was with the Celtics, but I don't give a shit if Miles Turner ever gets a ring. No offense. If he wanted a ring, he probably shouldn't have gone to Milwaukee. Who's my favorite niche Celtics player that isn't Marcus Smart? I mean, I don't know what you consider niche, you know? Would you consider Dennis Johnson to be niche? He's my favorite Celtic of all time. I like Jared Sullinger a lot. I liked Avery Bradley. I think Avery Bradley was awesome. I loved Avery Bradley. How about that? That's probably a good answer. Yeah, like who doesn't? Robert Parrish is the best, but I wouldn't consider him niche. You know, he was a starting 4 or 5 on. He's starting 5 on an all-time team. Considered same with Dennis Johnson, though, right? Two members of one of the best 5-man teams of all time. How did you become a Celtics fan? Growing up in Alabama, where there are professional sports, you just watch what's on TV. And in 1986, the Celtics were on TV a lot. And I fell in love with Dennis Johnson. I thought he was really cool. And they won a championship, and then I was hooked. I was about 11. Dennis Jenkins got to be your favorite niche Pistons player? I don't know how... I mean, I guess he would be considered niche right now, but I think he has a bright future ahead of him. He's been a revelation for that team, man. What an awesome kid. The Pistons are... Man, they are an impossible team not to like when you watch them play. They play hard, and they play right, and they have... The thing I love about the Pistons is this thing I love about the Celtics. They have next man up mentality. That bench is just full of dudes who care so deeply. From fucking Dennis Jenkins to Karis LeVert to Ron Holland, you know, to B-Ball Paul. That's an awesome collection of dudes. Jason Kidd. I don't know. Jason Kidd's always rubbed me the wrong way. As a player and a coach. Anyone ever check out estate sales? My wife and I found a hobby last year and love it. Man, Emily and I went through a couple of years of really fun estate sailing in Austin, but it just became such a... It's just like... We go to estate sales in Michigan now when we go to visit, but in Austin it's impossible. You get there and there's a 2-hour line before the place opens up, and it's just resellers, and it just like by the time you get in, it's brutal. I would not recommend going to an estate sale in Austin. I watch MMA every week. That there is MMA. He was just the one player I followed growing up. He was, I mean, a very popular player, a hell of a point guard, Jason Kidd. Pretty good coach, turns out, too. I really didn't think, see you later, Twitcher. I really didn't think he would be a good coach, but he proved me wrong for sure. He's had a lot of success. So, prop punk. Thanks for the recommendation of the waterfall, by the way. This is really nice. Is there anything you would recommend doing in Austin? It sounds like every activity involves a multi-hour long line and some of the most insufferable people you'd ever meet. I mean, that's the problem with a popular place, you know. What's up, Club Bobby? I mean, I'd recommend doing anything in Austin. You just gotta recognize or just deal with the fact that there's fucking people everywhere all the time. I've stopped riding my bike on the trail on the weekends, on the hike and bike trail, because it's just gotten so... They opened up this thing called the Wishbone Bridge, which is cool, but I feel like it has just tripled the amount of traffic on the trail on the weekends, so I kind of have to avoid riding my bike on it on the weekends just because it's not fun for the bike rider, but it's also not cool for a bunch of people, pedestrians, walking to have somebody zipping around them on a bike when it's that crowded. I feel like it's not good for either of us. I do different rides on the weekends, but yeah, I don't know. You can't go to any restaurants. Can't go to any pop-ups. Can't go to estate sales. Can't get into... Yeah, it's kind of tough. What's the taco place that replaced Veracruz for me? Well, I don't know that anything will replace Veracruz. I really love Veracruz. But I tend to eat breakfast tacos from Pueblo Viejo now, which is a taco trailer next to Flitch Coffee, which is a coffee trailer over on Tillery in the east side. And that's my go-to. I get the Don Chago without avocado. It's just refried beans and a slab of bacon. It's fucking awesome. Congratulations, Clubobi. That's awesome. Everybody congratulate Clubobi. 7 years is, that is one hell of an accomplishment. If you can do 7 years, you can do 8. If you can do 8, you can do 80. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, we do have a serial killer. The, go back to Golden State Killer. Rainy Street Ripper, we call him. I've come really close to seeing dead bodies pulled out of the lake a couple times, but I've always been just before or just after. Life is really on the up. Hell yeah. It really is. I hope you're exceedingly proud of yourself. That is such an accomplishment. You're afraid of Rainy Street because you're so handsome and murderable? Just don't take drinks from strangers, and I think you'll be fine. And if you find yourself walking toward the water, turn around. There's no bars at the water. They're all like a block back that way. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is a really beautiful game. Really beautiful game. When does 6 come out? I hope it has this drone mode. No, I haven't seen that YouTube channel. That's crazy. I'm very excited for Pistons Spurs tonight. Who knows? Could be a NBA Finals preview. Probably not, but it could be. Thank you, Geeky 4 Bars. That's very kind of you. 6 comes out in May, and it's almost guaranteed to have drone mode. Great, 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 great. This game has rapidly become my favorite to film in over the weekend. I started, when I discovered it on Friday, fucking around in the evening, I got up at like 1 a.m. to film for like 45 minutes. I was just having so much fun. I couldn't stop myself. Any baseball predictions now that some spring training has started? I think that the Tigers are, from a pitching standpoint, in great shape, and from a batting standpoint, we are absent some power. I am looking forward to the new F1. A new Forza would make great backgrounds. That's why I suggested it. Thanks, Frumpy. Is the distant background music in the game? No, it's in the game. I just have the audio turned down. It's refreshing and scary to see the new era of the NBA because the league definitely needs it. But once LeBron, Curry, and KD retire, I'm gonna be the back in my day guy. Yeah, you get used to it. And how you get used to it, and then it'll happen again. Back in my day, we watched Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and then Shaq. And then Kobe, and then LeBron, and Steph, and now it'll be Wemby and Cooper and Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum. Being older than the guys playing hurts. I mean, it doesn't anymore, but it hurt when I had that realization, C-Rob. When I realized I was too old to play in the NBA. And that I was a fan of people that were like half my age, you know? Yeah, hopefully everybody shows up at the break show today at 4 p.m. Central Time. That is the new time. It's been the new time for a while, but just in case you haven't been there in a bit, we'll be opening Topps 2026 Series 1 Hobby and Jumbo Hobby, as well as a bunch of other stuff, you know? Whatever nonsense. And then next week, we're going to open a really fun thing I'm excited about. All right, we're exactly 20 minutes. Let's go. It did, Mark. I'm so glad it did as well. I agree with you, by the way, Cody. I don't know why they don't do a stadium series in the NBA. It is so beloved in hockey and so cool. We'll go like another minute or so here. Glad to hear you were able to get the hobby box. Is it a new one or the one that was stolen? I had 4 hobby boxes stolen. This is new. It's the second order I placed of 2 hobby boxes and a jumbo hobby, I think. But yeah, I reported it stolen to Topps and to FedEx, and I never heard back from either of them. $94,000 people at a hockey game. Yeah, I can't imagine. Hockey is the most electric environment to see live, and you know, when I go to Little Caesars, there's like 20,000 people. I don't know, Carlos. I'll have to look. Who edits the Regulation podcast? It's Nick. We do hire editors for some things, but Nick does the podcast. He may have had to edit it out on a rare occasion to Dennis or one of those guys from one of our old Rooster Teeth buddies that we contract out from time to time, but he does the podcast. I would say 99% of the time, if not 100% of the time. But other stuff he definitely farms out occasionally. And Randy is going hard on Booger Town. Do I have the expansion packs? Are the expansion packs like the Hot Wheels and that kind of stuff? If so, I do. I have all that, I think. I don't know how to access it, but we're just doing backgrounds today, Riddler. Rally Adventure, yeah. Hot Wheels and a Rally expansion. Yeah, I think I have this. I think there might be 3, actually. All right, let's go ahead and stop this. The best waterfall in the game is on the Rally Adventure map. All right, well, let's figure that out. How do we get to the Rally Adventure map? Here we go. Oh. No, it says I bought it. The fuck? Is it because I'm on offline mode or whatever? Well, I don't know how to play it. Progress further in the main game. It is possible that I have to progress further in the main game. Let's go find somewhere else to film, huh? Let's see. Let's go somewhere different. Do I own this house? No. Oh, wait, do I? No. Don't I own... Here we go. Fast travel. Yes. What other cars do I have? Oh, I got a bunch. Let's see. I own 55 cars. So... all of these cars. Let's drive this. All right. Where should we go? I filmed a lot of this yesterday. I haven't really fucked with anything up here. Wait, let's just... No. I want to drive along this beach. Yeah. Let's just drive along this and see what we see.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Thank you for the assistance
right.
turning around. Can we get up to that snowy peak? That'd be cool. I'd like to be as high as the balloons to film them. I've been a little bit on the East Coast, yeah.
In 400 yards, turn left.
I like that it feels like we have a lot more to uncover and discover in this world, you know?
Turn left.
I'd like to be as high as the balloons. For filming purposes. This guy's not super fast, but he is cute. We'll get you. We'll get you. Gotcha.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Tried to film that cruise ship for a little bit, but I couldn't get any shots that I was really happy with. Alright. Beetle's not known for their speed. Yeah.
In 400 yards.
Well, cutie
turn
though.
left. Turn left.
When I was growing up, my dad loved Volkswagen Beetles. It was his favorite car. I mean, every once in a while, he would test drive a used one and think about getting it. And he never could. It was never, you know, they never had the extra money or whatever. Or it never made sense. I always thought that when I made it, if I made it, but when I made it, I'd buy him one someday. Like a cherry red, like 78 Volkswagen Beetle. And then he died before I was ever able to do that. But I would love to have done that. I think that would have been so neat. Would have made his whole life. Well, I'm sure would have made his whole life, but he would have really appreciated it. I always wanted to get to see him drive one. He was. All right. We're getting up
400
there.
yards. Turn left.
Anything look interesting?
Turn left.
Oh shit. Nailed it. Nailed that turn.
You
Whoop.
have arrived at your destination.
While we're here, might as well grab this. Oh, thank you. Interesting. Look at that sky, man. I think that's the way. Oh! Fucking nailed that shot. I fucking nailed that shot. You dickhead. Alright, where were we? I'll never be happy again like I was with that one. That'll work. The weather's going to be different next week? Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. That makes it endlessly filmable. Morning, Geoff. Listened to this all right last week, and I totally understand where you're coming from in your decision. Can't say I won't miss the show, but I'm going to try to pop in here more often to make up for it. Enjoy the stream, Candyman. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the stream. Arcaden Prime. Here, let me do a so all right for you guys. Let me see. American skier Lindsey Vonn reveals that surgery saved her from leg amputation. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Let's say here. No, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. Ah! Fuck. Today's song of the episode, I don't even know what that band is, and I fucked up my shot. All right, we got to redo it. Let's reframe. Okay. Try that again. Fuck. This is a difficult shot. Anyway, the song of the episode is going to be... Today's so alright-esque Monday morning stream song of the episode is going to be... There's just so much music I don't know in my own playlist because I just added a bunch of stuff I haven't listened to yet, you know? So I can't recommend something I don't know. Is the Slapshot cover of Sweetness, I Was Only Joking by the Smiths. There you go. By the hardcore band Slapshot's cover of Sweetness. I'm feeling great about the new Fable game. I'm very, very, very excited to play it. Can't wait. You talking about Astoria, Oregon? It's the best, man. Astoria, Oregon is the place I always wanted to live that I'll never get to live in. Anybody can recommend a song. Your Mark Clark's playlist is over 600 hours long. How long is my playlist? Does it say? Let's see. My playlist is only 54 hours and 44 minutes long. Do you think they'll add co-op to the new Fable? It was in 3, wasn't it? So I would imagine so. I try to keep my playlist to just music that I'm actively listening to, though. The second I get sick of a song or I get bored of it, I remove it from the playlist. So I try to keep it. And I've just added, like, maybe 400 songs recently that I'm going to probably whittle down to, like, 30. Hit right in the feels out. Yeah, I hear you. Did you watch Scrubs back in the early 2000s? No, I did not like that show. I was never a Scrubs fan. This is a big Jack show. Yeah, if you want to talk about Scrubs, if you want to like wax poetically about Scrubs, I would recommend one of Jack's Minecraft streams because I know he's a big fan, and I haven't talked to him about it. but I'm sure he's very excited about the reboot. When Larkin and Warinsky brought the kids out for the photo, I shed a tear. 2 feet of snow. You're going to hate me going on a bicycle ride in a t-shirt later today. Keeping Up Appearances. Is that a British show? Mark's going fishing. What are you fishing for this weekend, Mark? Are you going ocean fishing? It is British, played on PBS. Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I don't know that I ever watched it. I recognize the name when you said it. C-Rob recommended PAX AM Days by Fall Out Boy. Softpoke says, I've been watching you for years, but this is the first time I've caught you on Twitch. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, Softpoke. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Hopefully you'll stick around. I love winter and snow and all that shit, but goddamn do I wish I could play some golf. West Palm Beach taking the kids fishing, so I won't be catching shit, but instead I'll be detailing lines and putting shrimp on hooks. Ah, there you go. That sounds like a great parenting weekend, Mark. Take lots of pictures. Ryo Hayabusa is the cheese master, which I believe is a Gus reference to Extra Life, maybe? Who can even remember? Think we're going to get a golf stream today? Hey, Geoff, is Gavin still sick, or was the dirt bag soda filmed a while ago? It was filmed a while ago. I think before I went to Michigan, so 3 weeks ago, a month ago. I hear a lot of mainstream bands getting recommendations, but is there like video game albums you think are great outside of the Halo games? You're asking the wrong person, Medair. Maybe some people in the audience can have some recommendations for you. I'm not a big fan of video game soundtracks. It's not my jam, so I don't really know anything about them. I know the Halo songs that Marty made, but that's about it. That's about my knowledge of video game music. What's your favorite Unwound album? The one with Look a Ghost. I don't know what album that's called. The bands that do the songs from Cyberpunk are great. There you go. I think Refused did some work for Cyberpunk. Somebody said Helldivers 2. Fraction Man did. Longest Bill recommends ODST. Doom Eternal, they say. Call of Duty Zombies has some cool songs. Jet Set Radio. I do remember enjoying the music in Jet Set Radio a lot when we played that game. Gus and I used to play the shit out of that game back in the day. Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi just had it was all Bad Religion and who's that band? Like, I forget what they're called. Like an obnoxious dude. Yeah, band. How are they called? Offspring. Thank you. Ugh. God damn. That is a band I could not fucking stomach 1 second of. I hated everything they did. I'm sorry. No, that sounds rude, but that was not my thing, that band. I don't know why, but it just like, ugh. It was like, that band was like nails on a chalkboard for me. I'm definitely not Fly for any kind of guy. Tony Hawk is up there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Tony Hawk games, honestly, like a lot of the Madden games always had pretty good soundtracks, if I remember correctly. At least they had a lot of licensed music and like some fun hip hop and stuff. That's very funny, Wongus. I probably would have gone to the show anyway. I went to a lot of shows I didn't want to see to be a good friend. Man, Burnout used to have, was it Burnout Revenge? The original Xbox had this deal. It probably still exists today, honestly, and nobody uses it, but they had this deal where you could rip audio CDs to the Xbox, and then certain games would allow you to replace the soundtrack with music you had on your Xbox. And so I want to say it was Burnout Revenge, but I had this Star Market album I was really good in. That's a band if you ever want to listen to. Star Market was a great Swedish band, I believe. And what is their best album? Hold on, there's a really good Star Market album, the one I'm thinking of. I'm going to proper recommend it. Star Market. Sunday's Worst Enemy. So it did have a great soundtrack, Burnout Revenge, but it also had the ability to let you play music on your Xbox. And so I had this one Star Market album I was obsessed with, Sunday's Worst Enemy, and I ripped that, and then I replaced all the Burnout music with that album, and that album and that game were so synonymous to me that for years I couldn't separate them. And then I went back and I played Burnout a long, long time ago, but it was many, many years after, and I was so confused by the music. And then I realized, oh, right, I was never listening to the soundtrack. I was listening to my Star Market album. But anyway, there you go. Sunday's Worst Enemy, Star Market. There's something about that game. You'd race a route, and then there would be a reverse race where then you'd have to do it backwards against traffic. And that was like, they just nailed that. It was so much fun. I just wanted to do that over and over again back in the day. Love the original Xbox being able to play your own music in games. It felt so revolutionary at the time. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of shoegaze, but I'm a passing fan of shoegaze music. All right, we got about 10 more minutes on this shot. I'd like it to go to daytime, if possible. And then we'll probably call it. So we probably got about 15 minutes left, maybe. Am I a fan of Deftones? I'm not. I'm not a fan, unfortunately. I apologize. That's not a band that I ever enjoyed. See you later, human guy. Deputy Indiana is a babyface cop whose sole job is to bring down the crime that's being committed in Regulation Wrestling Federation. I love the idea of a character named Deputy Indiana. Very funny pirate. He's got to be dressed like the guy wearing short shorts in Reno 9/11. Lieutenant Dangle is his name. And he's new boot goofing. Deputy Indiana as a person is pretty funny. I'm going to write that down. I have a few notes today. Four notes today. All right. Yeah, I feel like those are the quintessential shoegaze bands, especially My Bloody Valentine and Stone Roses. Kind of bummed we haven't had a sunrise. Well, maybe we'll get there. It's genuine ostrich. Albert's repositioning, having his morning nap so that he can get up and go downstairs and have a downstairs nap. I thought the new Turnstile album was a little shoegazy. See you later, Dr. Fart. Have a good one. JM Arclight just had to shovel snow for 25 minutes. A sunrise would be pretty great to see right now. We're getting there. I think it's about to happen. How's Albert doing? He's all right. He's got some spine issues we're having to deal with right now. We'll know more Friday. Man, this is a great spot. This could be something in Starfield or No Man's Sky. I bet I could film a very similar shot in Starfield. No, you like Viagra Boys? I enjoy them a little bit. I'd love it if a random car just flew overhead. Oh yeah, it's definitely daylight is upon us. Looks almost like Oceanside, Oregon. I love the Oregon coast, man. That's a beautiful place. I never got into Arctic monkeys. I've heard them a little bit, though. I'll check it out. I used to spend some time at the Newport area. Real pretty. Got that beach with the black rocks. That sounds like a didgeridoo when the tide goes out. It's pretty cool. I don't know what the fuck Mark's Lincoln. The sun hitting that rock face is very, very nice. I like that. Am I into the Stranglers at all? I've listened to them. I've enjoyed them. I've been listening to lately. I've been trying to fill blind spots in my musical knowledge, you know, just with like bands that I never picked up on for whatever reason. And so I've been listening to the Vibrators a lot. I really have been enjoying them. It's a band that I was always aware of that I just never listened to. House of Protection. Did I ever see Fugazi live? Yes, I did. I did a podcast about it, actually. So all right. When I talked, I didn't do it about it, but I mentioned it in the "This Is Not a Fugazi" podcast episode. It's all right. I saw them twice, back to back, in Austin in 1995, maybe 5 or 6. It's probably would have been Red Medicine tour, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, 95, 96. I actually found, you can go to their website and they have almost all of their shows recorded for sale. And I actually found the 2 shows. I just haven't downloaded them yet, but I'm going to buy them and download them so I can listen to them. Do you like cats? Yeah, I like cats. My wife's allergic to them, though. But I've had a lot of cats in my life. No, I've never listened to them. Olympians, that is. I'm just sitting here quietly as the EDM guy while we talk music. I feel like that's been most of my life, Marnette. It's just like sitting around dudes in the army talking about music I don't give a fuck about. And being like, fat music for fat people. It's such a good CD as well as the other volumes. Yeah. Now, if you like that, I mean, all the other, after they put that album out, all the other labels followed suit to kind of, because they realized it was such a good idea. So I know like Hopeless probably has those, and maybe they have one called Hopelessly Devoted to You series. Is that what that is? I know Epitaph had Punkorama. That was their version of it, but good way to discover bands. Yeah, Fugazi was I don't know how to describe him. A true one of one. I really like this shot. I feel like I should wrap it up, but I'm in a hurry to leave this serene landscape. Hopefully everybody will, if you don't find yourself with something to do or lacking direction at 4 p.m. Central Time today, hopefully you'll hop on over to the Regulation Twitch channel, where we will be streaming the Break Show live. Be opening a lot of Tops 2026 Series 1 today, looking for autos and looking for that 1952 Tops Mickey Mantle that they inserted randomly into one pack. Doubt we'll get it, but you never know. And failing that, hopefully you'll be around tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. when I stream again. We won't be doing backgrounds tomorrow. We'll play a proper video game. We don't know what that is, but maybe we'll start the new gas station out in the jungle or at the Caribbean or wherever it is. Isn't that gorgeous? The sky's getting so rich. You'd shit your pants if I opened the Mickey Mantle card. I'd shit my pants if I opened the Mickey Mantle card. Jesus Christ, are you kidding? 40,000 coins and then some. No kidding. I'd rather shit somebody else's pants than mine. Wasn't that an achievement or thing? I was going to shit in Gavin's lap for some reason. I'm glad we never did that. That might have been a little bit too much. And we probably would have done it. So we probably didn't. All right. It saddens me, but I think we got to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and stop. Unfortunately, we can't all be president of the United States. That's very funny, Regulation Randy. Okay. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning while we did a day of backgrounds. We got some really, really good backgrounds today. This was great work. Almost no frustrations. Everything worked as intended. Once again, thank you to you guys for recommending this game. It has been a godsend. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody has a great day. And if I see you at 4 o'clock, I'm going to open up that 52 Tops Mickey Mantle for you. And if I don't see you at 4 o'clock, that's okay. I wasn't really going to get that 52 Tops Mickey Mantle anyway. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.